So you've been growing your business and you know that you're probably going to be scaling soon. And your current business model is to use a form like this. This is a Google form, and I want to talk to you about why it might be a cause for your business to actually become stagnant. Hi, I'm Makita Rodriguez. I'm a coach, consultant, and digital agency owner, and I help coaches and mompreneurs to add 5 to 10K plus in their business without burnout or overwhelm. We do this through systems and processes. And so I want to help you to get a little bit of an understanding today on how your systems and processes may be stopping you from moving to that next level in your business. Let's talk about it. So this particular form here is one that I use from the time of about 2020 to about 2022. And I use this form because I was taught that, of course, we should use a Google form, a Jot form, a type form, any type of form to be able to gather information about our potential clients and customers that are coming to our business. Especially when you're doing high ticket, this is definitely something that's recommended. But here's something that I also learned in that process. If you're not careful and your business begins to pick up, this could be the very reason why you become the bottleneck in your business. I want to talk to you a little bit about how I learned about bottleneck. So I was a part of a community where I would buy tech and software at a discounted price. And this particular company, when we first started working with them, they were a small company. I mean, it was only like a few hundred. And then after a while, the company grew to where it was hundreds of us and even thousands. And at that time, the current CEO, he ended up sharing with us that he was going to be transitioning out of the CEO position, and he was telling us why. What he said was that he could not get his business to move from the about $3 or $4 million mark. And he began to realize that it was because he was in the way. He really couldn't think anymore about what else to do to grow his business. And so he started talking about how he was the bottleneck. And through this, and then some of my own experience, I began to learn that there are things that we as entrepreneurs, coaches, the brains behind starting a business can actually do that will cause our business to stifle and will stop it from growing. And if you think about it, when you're looking at that funnel that people are always talking about, bringing your leads through to turn them into clients and, get them to use your services and your products, there comes a time where so many people are coming through that funnel that if you don't have the proper systems and processes and sometimes even people in place to help you with this, then what ends up happening is that your business stops growing. And if your business stops growing, then you become a burnt out, overwhelmed, frustrated business owner with a business that is stagnant. And I don't want that for you. So that's one of the reasons why I'm having this conversation. Now, I want to tell you, I also thought about this because I've been looking at some of the potential students for Dream Builder Business Academy coming up. And what I've noticed is that while people have some really great things in place and content is awesome, there are things that are going to just stifle them as they are growing their business. And one that I saw in particular yesterday was a Google form. Unless you have this in your back end somehow connected to a system that is going to help you automate the process, then this is just going to slow you down. And I could tell based upon all the things that the person had on the form that they didn't really have all the tech pieces in place for this program to be running the way that it needed to. When you take focused action in your business, then it's going to grow and things are really going to pick up really fast. And sometimes they're going to pick up quicker than you expect them to. And when you're working with clients and you're doing your in-house activities, you may not have the time to sit and process applications or go through the same tedious motions that you did before. And so I want to show you what you should be doing if you want to be getting ready to scale your business, or even if you're at a point where you just want your business to grow and you want to have a bit more time freedom and flexibility. So let's talk for a second about what this should look like. So this is the application form for the Dream Builders Business Academy. This is a landing page that is created on one of my systems. And then what we do is the person actually clicks the link. Now, when I am having a conversation with someone in the DMs, I send them automatically this particular form. I don't make them go through the process of reading the last page, but there are times where I do. Also, when people are coming from the public and then they view my links, they are able to get to that form, learn about the program, and then they come and they can apply for the program. Now, I know this looks like the Google form, but it's not. And the reason why is because all of this is going to be processed by a system that I use, the one that I offer during the Dream Builders Business Academy, and I encourage my clients to get on. This is all going to be transferred into that particular system, and then some automations are going to happen. So let me go ahead and show you that part. All right, so this is my automation workflow that I use for the Dream Builders Business Academy. And this is something that I basically am trying to help you with here. You have to begin setting up systems that will help you in your business so that you do not become the bottleneck. And what does that mean? It means that you have to allow someone to fill out the form and then set up conditions as to what will happen next. For instance, after someone has filled out the application for my program, there's a condition that I set up, right? And then it breaks off. Once this condition is satisfied based upon my qualification standards, then there is a qualified branch, a not qualified branch, and a consider branch. And there are different things that happen here. So if someone is qualified, they automatically receive a link to the calendar to schedule a appointment call so that the qualification process can continue. This process is one that I am very intentional about because of how I will be working with the people that come into the Dream Builders Business Academy. And I want to make sure that they are the right people, that they are fit for it. And with it being a high ticket program, this is very important. I don't just want to allow anyone to come in. And if you are using this particular form, then that means that you have the same thing in mind. The other part is if someone is not qualified, then they receive an email or a message inside their Instagram, because this particular system that I help you set up in your business, it does send Instagram messages, text messages, emails, and things like that. So the way I have it set up is that it's going to send someone an email and it's going to send them an Instagram message that says, hey, sorry, you're not qualified. However, I do have this particular resource for you that will help you to become more qualified for the program. The other one is the consider. That one is so that I get a notification that, hey, this person is borderline between qualified and not qualified. And there are some things that you may want to look at to decide if you want to actually go to the next step and have that call with someone. So when you're doing this, you're not the bottleneck, okay? You are just qualifying. You're not spending hours reviewing applications. You're not spending hours sending out emails and DMs. During this process, you are being very intentional and you're allowing your tech to help you through the process. Now, like I said, when someone is qualified, they automatically get the email to schedule their appointment. That appointment can be automatically confirmed or not. Mine is currently not automatically confirmed because I am a business owner. I am also a homeschooling mom. And so I want to make sure that there aren't things that are going against my regular calendar and that the automated system is in place with that. And that's just something that I have for right now because my schedule is just kind of, I have different things going on in my life. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. That being said, this is the type of process that you want to have set up. Now, if you do not have this set up in your business, I am telling you now, you need to focus on getting specific workflows and systems set up so that you do not have to be the person that is doing everything. Okay, yeah, sure, you can hire someone, you can bring in a team that is going to do this for you, and there's nothing wrong with that. We've worked with VAs. I started off as a VA. There's nothing wrong with doing that, but there are also things that you want to have set up in your business that even when you have team members working with you, they don't have to worry about this process. My team members right now, they're not worried about these systems. They're not worried about these applications. They are worried about, helping our clients, getting more clients and things like that, actually connecting with our clients. And that's what you want to be focused on in your business. It doesn't mean that you don't want to have people that do the tech, because of course our agency does the tech, but you want to make sure that it's not you all the time. Okay. If you are someone that gets a little bit overwhelmed with the tech sometime and you are looking to set up systems and processes in your business, you want to have things flow a bit more easier, then I am going to post a link down below to the Dream Builders Business Academy page. And I want you to take a look at it and actually begin considering whether or not you would like to be one of the students for our next cohort. Now, they are limited. A lot of people, when they say that, they don't mean it, but I do. And one of the reasons why is because we are going to work very closely to help you build your system. And the thing about it is when you join the program, you get the entire system. So what I showed you, you would be able to do. If you don't already have your website and your, ways of connecting your content and automatically scheduling that, or your email marketing or text messaging, and you need a phone, any of these things, all of that comes with this system. And we help you to set up the systems and the processes to implement in your business that will actually help you build, grow, and scale. Now, these are not things that you're going to do immediately. All of this is a process, and depending on where you are in your business, that process will look a little bit different. But during the time that we are together, we are going to help you. And so I want you to consider if you are one of those people who would like to be, a student in the program. As I mentioned before, there is an application process, and I am really excited about working with individuals that are committed to their business, committed to seeing it grow, committed to seeing it, become their dream business, the thing that they can still raise their kids and have fun and, have profitability and help people. Because look, I've seen your content out here. I am looking at the different social media posts and things like that. And I'm like, these women, they are really skilled and talented, and they really have a heart for their community, but they need help. And so that's why this program is here. So if you're someone that is interested in becoming a member of the Dream Builders Business Academy, we can have a conversation once you apply. Again, even if you do not currently qualify for the program, you will receive a resource and you will become a part of my community. That way we can stay connected and I can help you along the way until you get to a point where you do qualify. Okay, so don't let that stop you. If you have any questions about the thing that I shared with you today, then please let me know. If you are using a Google form and you do not have this tied to some sort of automation, you've got to fix that. If you already know how to do it, cool, get it done. But if you don't, then reach out to me. This is something that I want to help you with. And once you schedule a session with me, then I'll walk you through the process. I'll show you the system, and then you can make your decision as to how you would like to implement this in your business. This is something that even if you don't go through the Dream Builders Business Academy, you can still get on the system and you can still set this up. I am here to see women win in business, right? And I also want to see you successful in life. And so if you have questions, don't hesitate to ask. You can drop them in the comments below. You can reach out to me on Instagram. I am everywhere as Mrs. Makita Rod, and I spend a lot of time on Instagram over there. But you can reach out to me in the DMs, and I would be glad to have a conversation with you. So make sure that you are intentional about your business. Make sure that you are committed to your business and make this happen, because your dreams can become a reality. Until next time, I'm Makita Rodriguez, coach, consultant, digital agency owner, helping coaches and mompreneurs add 5 to 10K plus in their business without burnout or overwhelm. And I would love to help you. So connect with me soon and we'll talk again later. Bye.